still love the meme too that's the US and British trading in it for y'all. I have that. It's like trade offer. You receive in it and we receive y'all.
We do not need in it.
It's so funny.
But anytime that I hear like an American use like British slang, it never sounds correct. It's always because without the accent, British slang just sounds so stupid. Or even like vice versa.
I also want to I'm gonna put this in
yeah, bro, I'm totally chuffed.
I'm gonna put this in the gen
that
chat.
Bird left me chuffed.
But this, I think it's Better Call Saul, I think is what that's from, that screenshot, but it's it just says actually.
That is from Better Call Saul.
I fucking love that. Actually, I don't know what. It reminds me of Jack's films.
Like nerd emoji.
Yeah. Welcome to episode 6 of Late Night with Big and Wow, I guess. That was, I don't know when exactly it came in, but if you I'll put that actually on the screen. But hey,
came in like a wrecking ball.
Yeah. Like a Miley. But welcome back. It's Friday again, and I'm just so ready to party because it is Friday literally right now. It
is Friday.
It's so Friday. It's like the most Friday it's ever been.
Late at night
on Friday.
Yeah.
Literally.
Sorry, I didn't know it was opposite day.
It is indeed Monday afternoon for us. So yeah, very opposite. But I just have been on the job hunt, stress grind kind of, while also just working on BIGWOWBIG. I kind of tried to work on my channel a little bit, but ended up not wanting to pull through with almost anything I was doing. I haven't had the confidence to I've been so struggling with the confidence to be on camera anymore, or like it's so easy on BIGWOWBIG for me to do the show the way we do because it's just us talking. And I'm almost thinking of kind of entering an era. Also, okay, I just realized something, but I need to stop. The two things on the podcast I need to stop and I want to work on are saying and
talking.
Yeah, or smacking my lips and saying because it just creates such an annoying amount of editing when I have to edit that stuff out, and I noticed it so much last time. So I'm just gonna, if I just keep catching myself doing it and pointing it out, I'm sorry, but I'm trying to get rid of it.
Speaking on a podcast is in fact not like speaking like a human.
Yeah, it's hard. It's performative talking. You wouldn't understand.
You gotta put on your NPR.
You wouldn't
persona.
Understand.
Oh, I wouldn't understand.
No, our audience.
Tell me, I wouldn't.
They're a bunch of babies. They wouldn't understand.
They're a bunch of babies.
Yeah, but
they go.
I'm a baby. I cry like a baby. That's a quote from one of the Markiplier horror compilations. I don't remember which one, but he just does that. He's like, I cry like a baby. And then he goes, what the fuck was that? And it's so funny. Like I said, that's been my life recently. I mean, nothing exciting. All so much stress because of this job hunting thing. And if you
True.
I don't remember in what episodes I may have talked about it already, but I was supposed to do classes for my university over the summer, and I got fucked out of that because of financial aid. So I'm looking for
when I fucked you in the summer.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm looking for a job right now for just like the 2 months in summer to afford rent because I don't live at home. I'm well taken care of. I'm not fully on my own, but I need to afford rent. So
you're well taken care of like a little baby.
I'm well taken care of like a baby who needs baby baths and baby scrubs and baby love and baby kisses. It's been a fucking struggle. It's really annoying. And I'm just trying to move through with it while working somewhere. I'm trying to compromise between working somewhere tolerable and being able to make enough money to afford rent, which is not that hard, but minimum wage in Georgia is still pretty shit. So it's not hard to find a shitty deal when it comes to working.
What's the minimum wage there right now?
I think it's still like $7.25. I don't think it's high.
God
I don't think it's higher than that at all. I don't know. I can look it up though, just to make sure.
That can't even buy you a burger these days.
I was getting paid like half that when I was 15 because my Korean boss fucking hated me. It is $7.25.
Yeah, you can absolutely not make a living off of that, or anywhere close to it.
No, but the thing is that in the city, in the city of minimum wage, it's a little easier to find jobs that pay anywhere from like, the last couple jobs I worked were anywhere from like $10 to $12, even though that's still pretty shitty.
Yeah. Minimum wage out here is 15 now.
Yeah, that's sick. You should send me some locations near you to fill out some applications.
Yeah, you should just move to Arizona for work, which is a terrible idea.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not. I don't really ever plan on leaving.
The minimum wage
here.
could be $30 out here, and it still would not be worth moving to Arizona.
Yeah.
And we both took a sip of our drinks and ruined the flow.
No, we lost our flow big time. I'm taking a deep breath because that's not even my 10th time ranting about all that, mostly to myself, like a silly person. But
the mojo was gone.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, you fucked the whole mojo up. Yeah, I mean that's been the majority of anything I've been doing is either thinking about that or trying to handle it, and just normal housekeeping and working on BIGWOWBIG.
I think the people at home really want to know though, what do you do for fun?
What do I do for fun? Let me think. What do I do for fun?
Yeah, what do you do for fun?
I usually gamble. I go to clubs and throw dice at people and be like, gamble me. Like a Pokemon battle. I play Gamblemon.
Whoever thought that was a good name for a gambling game? Craps.
I don't know. I don't know what that is.
It's even.
I don't know what that one is.
Even just by the name, it's just where you throw dice.
Oh yeah.
It's like Yahtzee almost. But like, it's just such an unappealing name that I've never been like, yeah, I'm interested in craps.
Well, I've
like
never
blackjack. You say, hey, you want to play blackjack? Yeah, I'll play blackjack. You want to play poker? I'll play poker. Do you want to play craps?
I wouldn't even. I'm not even into the idea of gambling anyway. But I probably, if I was, I probably wouldn't like that name either that much.
Yeah, I've still never gambled. Never been to a casino.
I've never gambled like that, but I've gambled in the ways of like, loot boxes and shit like that. If you,
true.
Because that's gambling. It's just like lighthearted gambling that's justified because it's in a video game.
It's not real gambling,
If you gamble in the video game, you gamble for real.
I used to go hard on the slots in Pokemon Fire Red. Had to get that Porygon.
Yeah. I've never done any kind of slots, anything, I don't think. I might have played like some kind of little Windows game of it at some point maybe, but I don't think I did.
Were there Windows gambling games?
I feel like there probably were. I feel like there had to have been.
I don't know.
Oh, damn it, my fucking dog did the thing, but I think it's because my sister just got home.
Those dogs, they go wherever they want to go.
Always barking.
Unless they're dead. I'm joking. Yeah. Unless I'm not. When was the last time that you watched the movie Despicable Me?
I have no idea.
When did you last engage with anything in the Despicable Me series, including Minions?
I literally have no idea.
Were you down in the living room? It was the night before everybody was leaving, Boomer's house, and we were all just watching the Minions movie.
Oh yeah,
in his living
I
room.
was there. I remember I watched it.
That's a very strong memory.
Or I think I watched some of it. I think I went to bed pretty early that night.
Minions movie? I'm gonna say it. It ain't bad. I know that the Minions are annoying and that they're very over monetized and you see them everywhere. You can't escape them. But it's not a bad movie. It's pretty funny. I like it.
Yeah.
I will defend.
Hold on, I need to respond to something. Let me take this second.
Okay. And I'll stretch. It's been a no bones kind of day. Even though Noodle the Pug is long dead, that's still just the best explanation that can be given for why, you have these kind of days where it's just you wake up, you're all tired and sleepy, and the mojo's gone. It's just a no bones kind of day. Should start doing our own version of that, except it's we when you wake up in the morning, you see how much your balls are hanging, and if they're hanging low, then it's a balls day. But if they're all tight and scrunched up, then it's a no balls day.
Yeah.
And that's the new vibe. R.I.P. Noodle the Pug. Long live balls day.
Yes. Again, sorry. I've been dealing with something, so I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, that's cool though. Or sorry to hear that.
I ain't reading all that, but I'm glad that happened to you. Or sorry.
Or sorry. Yeah, I love that meme.
What is the most ridiculous thing that you will go down defending? Like the most ridiculous hill that you will die on? Or the most pointless or whatever. In the case of defending the Minions movie.
Yeah, that's a good question. So let me think about that. I'm
definitely give it a good thought.
That definitely wasn't a cut. I'm responding to this immediately.
No, definitely.
The most ridiculous thing I'll go down defending.
Just a silly hill that you're willing to die on. A silly hilly that you're willy.
I don't know. I probably have a lot of things like that, but I don't know what I would legitimately go down. At least in this moment, I can't think of anything.
I guess a better way to rephrase it is, what is something that you like that is generally deemed to be unlikable or unpopular? Something that is not socially recognized to be likable. For example, Nickelback.
I'm not sure. I do have a lot of Nickelback songs I like. I don't know if it's Die on That Hill level, but I definitely love a couple of their songs. I mean, I would die on the NSP hill. I would defend them to the death, but that's not.
I feel like that's not really a silly thing though, because they make good quality music.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
They're just
saying.
silly in general, but their stuff is high quality.
There's not a lot of things that I like that aren't socially loved or acceptable that I can think that I would go down defending. I don't know.
Got nothing at all. You know what they say though, if you stand for nothing, you'll fall for anything.
I do fall for a lot of stuff.
I fell for you.
What
is that response? It appears the mademoiselle has admitted her feelings.
I don't know. I haven't had to die on a hill anytime recently, and last time I can think of that I did, it was just arguing with someone who was just telling me that my music taste was objectively bad and telling them that music is just taste and is subjective. And they were like, yeah,
Truth.
No, I get that, but your taste is bad. And I was like, no, my taste is my taste. And it just...
I understand that, but I don't understand
It wasn't really dying on the hill. It was running in a circle, and then I quit because they suck. So...
A very circular hill.
Yeah, that battle was uphill both ways.
Just like how our parents had to go to school.
Mm-hmm. Only parents would understand this meme.
yo, send this meme to your parents.
Do you die on any strange hills like that?
Well, now I gotta think what, because of course I can defend things like a hill that I did die on, many years back, defending the Barbie movies.
Oh.
I went down swinging with that because I was like, the Barbie movies are fun, enjoyable things, and of course they're magical, they're grand, they're very enjoyable for the audience that they're made for. There's nothing wrong with them. And the contesting opinion of that was, yeah, but they suck. And I went down, so it's like how fucking dare you come for my Barbie movies? That's the hill that I will die on. Those Barbie movies are great.
So both of us really just died on the hills of arguing somebody who couldn't distinguish objective from subjective.
Yes.
So that's good, I guess.
We stick together. Apes together strong.
We have to through these tough times, So many struggles.
In these tough times, it's very important that we band together as a community and support Big Wow Big on Patreon.
That's so facts.
Have you ever had to send a fax?
No. Except for that guy I had to talk to about subjective versus objective. I sent him a lot of facts.
I had to send, it was really weird, where this doctor that they were like, fax us your information, but by that they just went I had to go through a service that was basically just sending faxes over email, because I don't know who still uses faxes. This was in 2022. And so I had to find a service that would send an email as a fax. And it was just the most bizarre thing. That,
yeah.
I mean, fax machines I don't think have been used outside of a doctor's office. But even still, fax machines in a doctor's office are between that's between professional usage. You don't fax your doctor these days.
I fax all my bills to all the women that I see on the weekends. I'd be like, fax me your information, please, so I can enter it into my system. What's my system, you ask? Don't ask.
I like to imagine a prostitute with this gigantic 1990s fax machine, just sitting in the corner of the whatever, this dimly lit room, and she just receives a fax in the morning. It's
yeah, man, the days of dial-up.
Oh,
I wasn't alive. I didn't live through any dial-up era. There was already Wi-Fi and shit.
I feel like I had some of that, not dial-up.
I mean, at least that I know
maybe
of.
The latter half of dial-up. I think my household still had into my childhood.
The last time I remember seeing a fax machine that was engaged in any way with that was enabled and worked was just growing up. My grandfather had one in his office, but I don't remember. It probably still is there. It's probably just not being used, but I don't remember. I have a ton of doctors, and none of them have ever been fax me something.
Yeah,
it's always
wild.
They always have there's all these patient portal websites where you submit all your stuff, and that's where they will put all your results and stuff.
My primary doctor that I see recently changed around the patient portal, and all they really did was that they updated a couple of stock images, and they just turned down the saturation of everything on the site and made all the buttons red instead of blue. But there's these stock images of a nurse and an old woman sitting next to each other, but the entire picture is in black and white except for the old woman who's oversaturated.
Oh, that's
really bizarre.
That's what I call art.
Yeah, that's because you really want to draw all the attention to the old. That's really the most important thing, is that that this is a place where olds are.
They want you to know that if you're here, you're probably senile.
If you're here, your family.
Yeah.
It's always been about family.
Welcome to Chicken Bucks. If you're here, your family.
That's still some of my favorite product placement.
What if Starbucks just started being like, hey, we're bringing fried chicken. We're bringing fried chicken to you. Starbucks is going to start selling fried chicken.
Would be wild, but
Would
that be any more wild? They already serve like some foods. Would that be any more wild than International House of Burgers? IHOB.
Oh, I mean, well, IHOP was kind of like a fab. It was like a fib. It was like a meme almost. It was like not even.
They did it for media attention.
Yeah, it wasn't even like they actually changed their name. They didn't actually do that. But I don't remember. I mean, because they always sell burgers anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, I don't know. I don't really know what was special about IHOP as opposed to just IHOP selling burgers.
I don't think it would be a bad idea for Starbucks to go the Panera route and start serving like meals. But I guess they also don't. Starbucks isn't the kind of restaurant that you loiter in. Unless you have, unless you're like a douchebag like I am with a laptop and a cup of coffee.
Oh, yeah.
Just soaking up that Wi-Fi. Apparently Starbucks, you can get refills at, which I didn't know. But apparently like Starbucks like offers refills if you're like in store. Like for certain drinks, you can get refills.
Yeah, I can't imagine for like a Frappuccino, you can get a refill.
Yeah, but if you just have like a standard like cup of coffee, whatever, then they'll like refill that. Or even there are like some special drinks that they will refill. And this was like a hack that I heard. Because there's that one guy on TikTok who's like he has like all the fast food secrets, and he like stands there with his phone. And he's like always standing in the mirror, and he's like, "Here, look at me, come closer. Okay, now at Starbucks." You know that guy?
No.
You've probably seen him.
Maybe.
I don't have my phone over here to send it to you, but you know him. You love him.
Yeah.
Like I go to the Starbucks in my local Target, and I get the Starbucks when I walk in. I go shop around Target, and then when I leave, I get a refill.
Yeah, no, I don't know what you're talking about.
I've been considering going to my local store and picking up a fresh potted plant for my room, because the tree that I kept alive for many months, and it grew decently. And then it died over the winter, and I do want to replace it. The problem with this tree, one issue that I have with it, they didn't actually like label the species of tree that it is in like, any of the information of the product, like the tag that was on it or any of that. Like, it had no information on the species of tree, and it had wildly inaccurate information on the care for the tree, because I had to do a whole bunch of research just to figure out what type of tree it was. And it's certainly like it's like a grafted thing too, which made it even more difficult to like figure out like what it was, because it was fucking mangled for aesthetic purposes.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll get like a real plant. And hopefully this one won't die of root rot because of water not absorbing correctly into the cold soil when winter comes around.
Last time I had a plant, it was fake. It was also like the only plant I had, but I didn't bring it with me when I moved here.
Do you like name your plants or anything like that?
I did name that one. I don't remember what it was though.
I give like not everything, but just like sometimes just random objects I will give a name if it has any kind of like if it's a plant, I'll name it, and if it's like some kind of thing of a certain size that is like representative of a living thing, then I will also give it a name. Like if it's a big enough plushie, I'll give it a name.
Right.
And I have this little wood statuette of a dove that I gave a name. Its name is Gwendolyn. And I got it at the same time that I got an orchid that died. And that orchid's name was Suzanne.
Oh.
And also this tree's name, never publicly mentioned, but the tree's name was Germa.
Oh.
And I have killed Germa.
Germa tree.
Yeah, Germa tree.
There you go.
Do you think that when Germa has skin issues, he goes to his dermatologist?
Probably. He probably doesn't like touching public surfaces or people's hands too. He's probably a germaphobe.
Feel good. I share a bathroom with my sister, because we're both in like the same hallway of the house, this one bathroom. And so she has like all of her products and everything there, like on the sink and around the shower and everything. And there's this one thing that has like, it like says on the label like derma control, and every time I'm like, germa control.
Oh.
Germa. I'm brainwashed. I
don't know if I've said it on the show, but I like Germa a lot, but I don't watch him regularly. I'm a bigger YouTube advocate than I am for Twitch. Mostly on Twitch, I just watch my friends, but I watch more YouTube than anything for sure. And I only have a couple streamers I ever actually watch that are streaming. I don't usually watch a ton of like actual streams.
Bye, Germa. Bye, Markiplier. Bye, Germa. You said bye, Germa twice.
I like Germa.
What is one movie from your childhood that you would want to see either remade or rebooted or get a sequel? For me, I'll answer quick and easy first. That's Spiderwick. There's the Spiderwick Chronicles based off a book, and the movie of that, great. I love it. One of my favorite all-time childhood classics. But it never got a sequel or anything, but they set it up for sequels and it never got sequels. I would love either a sequel to Spiderwick or a reboot of Spiderwick.
A sequel or a reboot? I don't know, because the thing is, so many movies from my childhood did get sequels.
Look at you, get everything you wanted.
I don't really know. I didn't ask for it.
So spoiled.
Plus, most of the ones that had sequels were already out by the time I had any kind of conscious independent thought. Like, I grew up with them post-release, or at least post having a sequel.
Post Malone.
Nice.
Yeah, that's right. I'm on top of it today.
Yeah, and I'm not. I'm under it, actually. It's not a lot of movies. I also was one to, like, hyper-fixate on, like, one kind of movie to or not one kind of movie, but like when I found a movie I loved, I was one to like watch it a lot, very just over and over.
Like Spider-Man Far From Home.
No, not Far From Home, but No Way Home.
No Way Home, that's the one.
Yeah, the last one.
How many times did you watch that?
I don't know, man. Like a lot.
I don't know if the public is aware of this, but when No Way Home came out, you went to YouTube and found all the like movie clips you could find of No Way Home and stitched them all together into the full movie with like only a couple scenes missing.
Well, I did do that, but it took like, well, no, I got the whole thing, but it took over a month to end up. Yeah, it took like over a month to get the actual entire thing.
You fucking Frankensteined Spider-Man. And then it came out for home release and you got that and watched it more.
Right. But that movie was like revolutionary for me and obviously Spider-Man fans in general, but that was like all my shit. Like I ever since I was a kid, I watched all of them over and over and would just put the DVDs in and look at all the bonus features. That's another thing I used to do. I used to look at DVD bonus features. That's why That's why I retroactively got so many DVDs again last year, because and a DVD player so that I could do that kind of thing again, or just have the movies, because it's a lot more special to watch a DVD than it is to just pull up a movie. Even though it's a lot easier, there is something about the physical essence of the thing you're watching or playing that is...
Yeah, being able to actually like have it is very, very nice.
It's just like, yeah, it's like a tangible thing. You're like, I have this.
That reminds me, I still have some records that I got while thrifting that I like haven't listened to yet, but I got them months back and I just haven't like... Because they're all old, and some of them have defects on them, but like the ones that do have defects, I'm like, I just like the album art of this enough that I'd like to own it.
Right.
The rest of them that I haven't listened to still need to be like cleaned, and I just haven't had like the motivation to like, you know, clean a record.
Right. That's something I've never really been into physical music collecting. I've always been a just because it's so easy. I've always been a big advocate for digital music, but mostly when it comes to physical thing, I used to be. I had a huge switch a few years ago from being like I need to collect every game I have physically to just realizing the convenience. It's kind of sucked becoming so dependent on digital games, or like reliant, because I used to be super hard ass about having physical games, but it is just like it's like miles easier to have the digital copy, and it's kind of a pain. It was like a pain in the ass to have to go, especially not having anywhere to keep all of that shit. Like most of the like if I had a huge shelf of physical games, then of course I would collect them more, but I don't, obviously, so it's easier to have a digital shelf of digital games on my consoles so that I don't have to. And like the annoying thing about my PS4 is that it's like half and half. Like half of my games are physical and half of them are digital, which is, it's just like a weird vibe. Like I just wish it was all at one, because I can get to like half my games digitally, but the other half I'd have to put it in the disc. And it's part of the reason I literally, with my Xbox, I literally have the only digital Xbox. I can't put discs in it at all, but I probably wouldn't anyway. I don't like, by the time I got that, I was already pretty settled on digital games, but it was when I was like 18, I had that switch. I was really hard ass about collecting physical games before that, but I don't remember why or really when that started. I think I just really cared about it. It also probably came from watching a lot of YouTubers who had physical collections and just
very impressive
admiring
to see like a wall of like games or music or anything like that.
Like it's almost like a decoration in a room to have a game library. Plus it's just like cool.
It's cool to have like a physical manifestation of the things that you enjoy.
Right.
That it like they're like something that is there that you could pick up and hold it and look at it and know that that's the thing that you like.
Right.
That's one of the reasons why I like having physical media, is for the sake of like, you know, this is mine. I get to have it. I can listen to it at any time. As long as I have the means to play it, it can't be taken away from me. Like how, you know, digital rights are. But the downside of physical media is just how destructible it is. And there is definitely a very nice aspect to, with like, I have like the physical game of Red Dead Redemption 2, not having to switch discs would be a nice thing if I had that digitally.
Right.
And it's also nice with digital that with physical, you don't have to worry about it. Like, you don't have to worry about having whatever access. You can like take it to a different console, or you don't have to be logged into the same account.
Right.
But with digital, you don't have to worry about the disc getting scratched and being unplayable. Like there's not that physical level of error that can happen that can like,
right.
if you like lose internet access, oh no, you can't play and download your game. Or you could, you know, just get internet access back, problem solved. You get a scratch in your disc, fucking chuck it out, pay another $60.
That's true. And it's like, it's the same thing with my Switch too. Like some of my favorite Switch games I would want to play all the time, I have physical copies of, and that is actually really ironic, because I asked when I got those as gifts, I asked specifically for digital copies, and my parents just didn't know how to get digital copies at like Target, get those like codes, so they were just like, we just got you the physical copies anyway, which is fine, but I don't play a lot of those games because I have to switch the cartridge, and I just don't. I mean, I also just don't really play many of those games anymore as much. I still like them, But my most lackluster collection that should be bigger probably is my Wii games. I wish I had more of those.
You have a small
I wish
Wii?
I had more Wii games. I have a small Wii collection.
We were just talking about that the other day. You chucking out all your Wii things and slowly building back up your collection.
That was kind of different. That was like that I don't think that was Wii games. That was like when I for one of my birthdays as a kid, we traded in like a lot of my games that I should have kept for like a PS3. And then after that PS3 broke, I had a Wii U I won for free, and I also traded that in for a PS3, and I just shouldn't have like been so dead set on getting a PS3 because I would still have all that stuff if I didn't.
Yeah, because it was a PS3.
Yeah, well, I just at the time it was like one of the most important consoles to me, so I felt it so I felt it so necessary to get one for some reason. But
were you always a PlayStation side, or were you like an Xbox? Like, you ever been in on like the 360 or anything like that?
No, I had a 360 once, but I don't think I kept it. I was definitely like a PlayStation person. Like I think the PS4 came out in like 2016 or 14. I think it was 14.
Hang on, I gotta look this up.
Pretty sure it was 14 because I know the house I lived in when it came out. But I know it was like
November 15th, 2013.
13. That's even crazier.
Yeah. It's been a fucking while.
It's been 10 years. Almost.
Yeah.
But
just about.
What I was gonna say is that I didn't get a PS4 until I was 18, but what the PlayStation 3 did for me was opened my mind up to a bunch of different games I didn't know existed because I pretty much only had Nintendo up at that point. I had friends. I had a friend with an Xbox 360, and we played stuff. That's how I got exposed to Battlefield for the first time, and I think maybe Call of Duty. That same friend is the one who showed me what like YouTube was. But I don't remember.
He showed me boobs. That was an important day.
Yeah. Besides that, no, I was pretty much only PlayStation. I think I've said this on the show, but I got my PS4 because I got a bunch of graduation money. And when I graduated high school, and I spent it on a PS4, like a second controller for the PS4, and then I got 5 physical games for it, which I still have, and I probably ended up getting some of the digital games I have then too, maybe a little later. But I started working full time like right after high school because my uncle gave me an opportunity to work at his firm. He's an attorney, so I did that for.
My uncle gave me an opportunity to work at his flaccid.
Relax. I did what am I trying to say? Holy shit. The problem is I took my anxiety meds, and the reason I took them is just because I was struggling so much with my anxiety, but I wanted to film fucking BIGWOWBIG today, but I don't have my normal size meds, so I took like twice what I normally take, and it's making me really tired.
Took a horse tranquilizer.
It's like a thing it's like a thing that's supposed to calm your brain down, but it's like numbing mine. Like it's like smoothing over my brain. It's like glazing it like a fucking donut, and I hate it. And what's annoying too is that my refill of my normal one is ready to pick up, I think, and I just haven't gotten it.
I had to send the message to my doctor this morning for getting my ADHD medication refilled. So that's where I'm at. I've been out of that.
Yeah, thankfully I have that, and I have a good amount of my other meds, but I have refills on those too. But I have specifically on my anxiety meds, I have my normal size ones ready for pickup, and I need to fucking go get them because I've been waiting for like a couple days, and it's so annoying. I hate taking the big one. She like doubled the dosage of my fucking medicine, and I told her like, no, this is making me go to sleep, and she was like, okay, so we'll fix it. And I was like, cool, thanks. So that's where I'm at. I just gotta go pick it up, but I guess I'm gonna have to do that like tomorrow morning or something.
This is unrelated to what we are speaking of, but what is making that circle on your wall behind you?
What is making? Oh, I pointed that out. I pointed that out when I first turned on my camera while you were setting up your little area. I had a ring mirror, or not a ring mirror, a ring light on my wall that wasn't stuck with like command strips, but was stuck with these little 3M, like 20 of these like 3M little dot stickers.
I thought that was like a light that was like reflecting onto there.
Was trying to use like heat to get it off, but it just like pulled like a shit ton of the drywall off. So I'm just either gonna have to paint it later or something, but I plan on covering it up. I just haven't put the thing there that I'm gonna put there.
I would recommend using a solvent to take that off, but that may also take off the paint. So, but then in the whether or not you want to lose paint or lose drywall.
Well, I mean, yeah. I'm just gonna cover it up at some point for a while, and that's what it's gonna be for a while.
The solution is forget about it.
Yeah, well, not forget about it for a little while until I feel like remembering it.
It's okay to forget for a little bit. Sometimes it's okay to sweep things under the rug.
Yeah. Who needs to pay attention when you could lose everything?
If I lose it, I will slip and fall. I'm finally through the thick of it, of all my shit breaking and having to be either fixed or replaced, so that's nice.
Did you get a power cable for that monitor?
Luckily enough, I was able to use the power cable from my really old monitor, the one that broke. The fucking whatever model, a Dell Sync Master something. That like powered by like a mercury bulb. Shit's ancient. That was like, you know, destined to die. Got it for like $10 at Goodwill. Luckily, used the same. New monitor used the same power cable as really old monitor.
Yeah, a lot of those. There's a lot of universal power cables. Like the PS4 and the Xbox One use the same kind of power cable too, and the only thing that has like a really unique power cable in here in this room is my Samsung 32-inch monitor. It has like just like a dot port, like a little circular port. That's really interesting. But besides
Samsung, how did she sound?
Like my computer, I'm ignoring you. Like my computer, and my Dell monitors use the same kind of power cable. And besides that, I just have like nothing at my TV is very unique. It's like a streaming box and then my DVD player. So those just have like a DVD. The DVD player just has a cord that physically goes out from the player into the wall. It's not like there's not like a thing you plug in to the wall and the DVD player. The DVD player just has a cord. Same thing with my TV. And then it's just a micro USB for the streaming box.
I'm now rather happy with the way that I have things set up because before I had two different monitors, but now I have two Dell 2421 gaming monitors. They're both the exact same monitor, except they're not exactly the same. Weirdly enough, they're both, I think one is like maybe a couple inches bigger, but they're both the same model, and it doesn't have like... Yeah. I guess it does have it, but it's not like as reflective, weirdly enough, the like Dell lettering at the bottom of the like frame. It's because it's a refurbished monitor, and that's why it came with this fucking mountain of like bubble wrap.
Yeah.
Thing like this thing is legitimately like I
don't
even know how to just. It's like a log. It's just a straight up, like, if you were to chop down an oak tree. Yeah,
it does look like a log.
It's that thick. But now, because of the same monitor, colors look the same across both of them, so it's very nice.
Yeah, that is nice. Thankfully, I use DisplayPort for both, and both have always looked pretty good. I use a blue light filter on the big one. I'm not sure. I think I use one on the main one too, but I've always been big on managing blue light because of my eyes. They will get fucked up if I don't
reduce some strain.
Because I get migraines if I stare at screens for too long, especially with blue light. Like I can't like working in stores is for me is really hard because there's just like LED ceiling lights all the time, and it gives me a huge migraine.
Oh yeah.
I don't think I had my blue light glasses anytime I ever actually worked somewhere like that. No, I did. I did at the last place I worked, but I never wore them because I just did. Well, sometimes I did, but I hardly ever thought about it. I wasn't dealing. That was like before I was dealing with a lot of medical stuff, so I didn't think it was really that important. I didn't look after my health so much until it became a little more crucial. But who does? You know, fuck it, whatever. Who gives a shit?
You don't pay attention until it tells you to start paying attention.
Yep. Or until the doctor's like, we need your spinal fluid.
And you're like, huh? You're making maple syrup?
Yeah. What do you think that would taste like?
Probably
Spinal
not
fluid,
good.
Maple syrup. Wouldn't be maple, I guess.
I'm now at the point where if I am like going in the sun at all, even if it is at any point from sunrise to sunset, I have to be, if I'm in any area of sunlight, I gotta be wearing sunglasses. It's just way too much strain on my eyes with how bright it is out here.
Yeah, I would if I fucking had sunglasses, but I just don't have any.
I'll be in the car with members of my family. They'll be driving, whatever, and they won't have sunglasses or anything on, or they'll just be outside without sunglasses. I'm like, how do you tolerate this? It hurts my eyes.
Yeah.
What hurts my eyes the most is looking out in my backyard when looking for my dog outside if I'm letting her out. Because we have like this white, I might have mentioned this before, but we have like this white like cement patio porch, whatever it is in your backyard. I think patio is the word for that. And it's like pure white. It reflects so much sunlight. But my dog is pitch black. Like her fur is pitch black. And so when I go and look at my dog outside, it's like the dynamic range of that. If I look at my dog, like the exposure on my eyes raises a whole lot to see her, which then makes the ground like 10 times brighter.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
And it's like it's just like blindingly white. Like I can't see anything else if I'm looking at my dog.
Yeah. I never had quite a situation. Last time I had like the one in my last house, the like back porch was like brown. It was like the color of the wood, I think. So, or at least it was like this dark brown, so it was fine. I've never had any like purely white outdoor, well, not at least at home, not had any major exposure to like bright reflecting light white concrete or anything like that.
I am currently in the process of making a undesirable habit with my dog, spoiling her in even more ways because everybody in this household spoils that damn dog. But every morning, like I have my morning routine of I make my coffee and everything, and since I make my coffee iced, I brew it and then I turn off the pot to let it cool down. And so what I do in that time is that I make, like breakfast sandwiches. It gives like a good amount of time that I just like have something to do while waiting for that to cool down. Right. And I make out of like turkey, like, lunch meat. I always put the same amount of slices on each sandwich, but I never count it out when I take it out of like the package. Yeah. And so I'll usually have like 1 or 2 extra slices. And because, I'm standing in the kitchen cooking, then Sadie, she'll just be there like, standing next to me, staring at me while I cook. Right. And so when I have those 1 or 2 extra slices, I'll give them to her and I'll go, Sous Chef Sadie! And so now she's getting spoiled and getting in the bad habit of like, if I'm in the kitchen cooking, making my morning breakfast stuff, Sous Chef Sadie, then she's already, gonna stand there when people are cooking or in the kitchen at all. Right. But now she has even more reason because like that's like a consistent thing for her now.
I mean, yeah, our dog's the same. Although I will say I have to cut this podcast a little short because I've got something to do in a few minutes. But thank you so much for
Yep.
joining us on this episode. We'll be happy to see you tomorrow in the next episode of whatever.
Bye.